Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so this is just going to be an initial presentation of what I might do in this application. So like I said in the intro here, these are just visual concepts, and I'm not an architect, I'm not a designer, so some of the structural pieces that you see here are not according to code. So just bear that in mind, and let's go ahead and just look at what I might do for an application like this. So number one, let's just look at the overall dimensions. So 29 feet 6 inches roughly from this edge here to the center point here, about almost 17 feet from the wall here to the center point here. We do have some recessed areas up here, so I have this set up at 2 feet 10 inches, and I think it was 14 feet off the finished floor. And you can see here 18 feet 10, and then this distance over here 16 feet 5.5 roughly. This area over here I have at 8 foot 11, so let's just call it 9 foot distance from this edge here to the wall, or actually I think there's a beam up here. You can see there's a fan here, there's a center beam here, there's a fan up in here. There are lighting fixtures that are recessed into the ceiling area over here, and two different kinds of seating areas. We got reclining over here, and then bar stool seating over here. I think is all we're focusing on. If they're interested in heating up this area here, we can talk about that as well down the road. One other thing is, I'm not quite sure of how this section of the roof and ceiling go all the way through over here, but at this point it's not as critical as you can see where I have the heaters placed already. So I think that's about it for right now. And again, this is going to be just an initial thought, and after this particular client reviews this, maybe we will change a few items here and there. So all right, what we have here is I have 6,000 watt unit, and it's just centered within the bottom edge of the beam. Now again, I'm not quite sure if this beam comes all the way down to this edge here, down here, or is it appropriately placed like I have it right now. Let's just put a measurement here real quick, and what I have right now is roughly so we have it about 10 feet off the finished floor, and then I think that's about it as far as that's concerned. So yeah, that's about, you can see it's at an angle here actually, so let's yeah, it's just about 10 feet off the finished floor. Let's try it again here and see if I can get a better measurement here. So yeah, 10 foot 1 roughly off the finished floor. All right, well, and that's still not 100% accurate, as you can see. So anyways, that is the height here, and what we have with the 6,000 watt unit is it's a 6,000 watt 240 volt unit. We need 6 inches of clearance above the heater. Let's just go ahead and turn on the clearances above and below. So this would be 6 inches above, and then there's actually 18 inches out to the left of the heater, all the way down 36 inches, 18 inches to the left over here, the other left, and down 36 inches, and then on both sides 18 inches out and 36 inches down. And that's true on all 4 of these units that I have placed here. Now this particular unit here I have mounted on the vertical surface, and when you use the OEM bracket on a vertical surface and place it at 45 degrees, then the clearances are okay with regards to this lower section here. However, we do need to make sure we're meeting clearances on the left and on the right, so I've placed it centered behind this beam here and pointed it 45 degrees towards this direction here. These heaters here I have, these are 5,000 watt units, so they're much shorter. You could use a 6,000 watt unit, which would be longer. I have them off-centered as far as the distance of the center point here in the ceiling. And I did that only because of the fact that if we're going to throw heat down here, I don't want to heat up the whole counter space and just throw that heat away because no one's occupying that space. So I did off-center them and made them shorter units. So yes, you need to make sure you maintain 18 inches from this edge to this edge when going on a vertical surface like this, or a sloped ceiling, I should say. And these are 5,000 watt units, so each element is 2,500 watts, and they put out quite a bit of heat for smaller spaces, but further away, that heat is spread further and further. As light travels, this is infrared light waves, and so as light travels away from the heater, it expands and diminishes in its intensity. So that's why I chose this particular unit for this height of application. So let's go ahead and then going back over here, even though this is I believe this is a veneer brick, so this is considered combustible, so you need to maintain that 18 inches on this side here as well. All right, and let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So you can see with the two 5,000 watt units, we're covering the bar space here fairly well. I mean, we're even able to push it to the right here a little bit more to get this space a little bit more heated. However, we got that extra 6,000 watt heater here, so that's why I've chosen the location. And we can get down to the exact measurements that I have here if this is something that this client is interested in down the road. So, but you can see here, nice coverage throughout that span. And then also with the one unit here, we're covering this seating position here, and then this seating position here with the other 6,000 watt unit here. You may want to have control systems on this, and you know, if you thought about deleting this one unit, let's just show that here. You know, if you're sitting in this span over here, this space over here, you're not really receiving the proper amount of intensity because you're way too far away from the surface of the heater. So that is why I placed the other unit there, to make this a little bit more comfortable space. And then also talking about the clearances here, just to talk about this real quick, we need to make sure we are away from that fan blade. And again, that 18 inches on the right hand side here this time is proper with what I have right now. So last thing is, if you wanted to heat up the counter area on the cooking area, this is a pretty elaborate cooking space here. So you might want to choose to place an additional unit somewhere over here. You know, we can move that 18 inches and then move the heater up, and then change the angle here to meet the angle of the physical ceiling area here. So you can see that that would also give this span here a well heated space. Now 6,000 watts, I think at this height is okay for this particular type of environment, standing and you know, cooking, that kind of stuff here. But if it is going to go lower, then you might want to reconsider the output, or at least go with a control system. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not promote our channel in any way unless we receive thumbs up from our viewers. We thank you so much. Have an excellent day.